Now turn up.
And then we'll just kick it off.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
Cool. Locked in a cage for a really long time. Welcome to Callin the Shots. My name's Taylor Allen, and that was a quote from the Asbury Park band Brick and Mortar. To the left of me, as always, is Steve Arena. Steve, how you doing in Howell, New Jersey tonight?
What's up, man? Really wish I was really to the left of you.
I know.
Still in my own house, still in the garage.
Yep.
Alone.
Right, and another person who's alone, who's joining us now, and not alone. We're all with family, so I guess we're not alone, none of us. But longtime guy we've been trying to get on the show, and holy moly, we got him here today, ladies and gentlemen. The Todd father, the pride of Toms River, in my eyes, Todd Frazier's here.
How you guys doing, man? Good to see you.
What's going on, Todd? How are you?
Good, man. Good as I can be, man. Just beautiful day today. So we got outside and hit some balls, me and my son, and had a good time.
See, Steve and I were just talking, like we were like, oh, we're so excited to have you on. And then I realized, also being outside with my daughter today, that we are ruining all three of our days. This is a gorgeous day, and we are doing a podcast right now.
Well, we got our couple hours. That's why I was a little late talking to you guys today.
All good.
A couple hours outside. So family's always first. You guys know that.
How speaking of family, Todd, how are you guys making out during this? It's an insane time. You're obviously, like, you're supposed to be on the field right now. You're home. You're with the fam, which is nice. But, like, how are you making out? How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, some days better than others. It's one of those things where I look at the positive and everything, because I would miss these days during the season. So for me, it's been a lot of fun. I got 3 kids, and they're animals. We're trying to do craft together, and one person will ruin it, or I ruined it, or I'll spill something here and we get a good laugh. And then it's just those days where you get frustrated with each other, and then at the end of the night you're looking like there's no even use anymore, man. Just enjoy the time home and figure out stuff to do, and that's what we've been doing.
That's awesome, man. Same here. I mean, I feel like Steve can also agree. I mean, you're kind of stuck with these people that you chose to be stuck with, and it's great. Like, it's a great thing.
I feel like at the time now where everybody is getting to learn a lot about their kids, really like getting into their lives, because when you're at work, for most of the day, you really don't see a lot of the stuff that your kids go through. And now being a part of that, it's something like you said, probably you wouldn't normally see if you're out working. And now you get to be a part of that. I think it's a good, just make the best of it. It's a good time to like really get into your kids' lives and understand them, especially with young kids like we all have.
For sure.
Yeah, and definitely now that my son's got homework and stuff, I became a teacher a little bit. You look for it's a newfound respect for teachers. It's
absolutely, man.
It's very, very hard to do, but we make the best of it. Thank God he's only in kindergarten, so it's only kindergarten work, but still it's frustrating.
Oh, dude, I got a kindergartner as well, and I hear you, man. It's hard. I was like, we did not do this in kindergarten. This is insane stuff. Like, they're like they were doing fractions at some point, and I'm like, this is not.
Yeah, I don't remember how to do them.
I don't either.
That's why they should have like real subjects in school now, man. Forget about decimals and stuff like that. I don't remember the last time I used a decimal.
Right.
It's crazy.
And we were like, you're hitting balls outside with your kid. We could now have, like, the amount of time that you're going to be home, we could have a future home run derby winner again from Toms River, New Jersey.
Hey, we're prepping him. I'm prepping him right now. So he's got that uppercut swing. So he can't handle. He's 6 years old. He's taking the bat okay. He needs to get those hands stronger. So we'll be doing some grip strength here later on tonight before he goes to bed.
That's what I'm talking about. See, the Todd father is laying it down.
Give him some butt weapons if he doesn't do it the right way now. But no, he'll be all right. He's a lefty too, so he'll wrap him around the foul pole. It'll be fine.
Todd, we had some questions for you. One of them being, you're a Texas Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Ranger, man. How are you feeling about that? What's going on? Like, how do you feel about being? I mean, obviously this is happening, and you guys are home. You're not playing. And I've read something yesterday. Again, it's online. Who knows? But they were saying of thinking about maybe taking quarantine players and doing no crowds in the stands. Like, obviously that'd be a weird situation for everybody. But like, where you stand with as far as like getting back and playing in front of people? What do you think about it all?
Yeah, to me, it doesn't really matter as long as we get back and playing. I was talking to our manager, Chris Woodward, yesterday or 2 days ago, and say we play half the year. Say we play 82 games. You know how big every inning, every pitch,
every
game will be. Like if you go on a 10-game losing streak, your season's done. So
yeah.
it's playoff atmosphere from pitch one, and I think fans will be even more excited to see some teams get into playoffs that not necessarily should be there, and it can only be good for baseball because more players will be on the roster most likely, and more teams in the playoffs, and next thing you know, it'll be packed house again,
Absolutely.
and it's like, all right, now the team that shouldn't be there, their fan base is getting fired up now. So
Yep.
it's just like spring training.
Yeah.
The team that does well in spring training usually doesn't make it in the playoffs. So
Right.
you never know. You never know really what can happen. It could be a really exciting year. So for me, I'm ready to get back playing, but I know we still got a long ways to go.
Yeah, yeah, and luckily, you're home. You have time to physically train, and I'm sure you're working out and doing stuff.
Yep.
We do a section on the podcast called the IR, where Steve and I literally every week check in with each other and see what our physical, how we're doing physically, if we have any injuries or anything. How are you feeling, Todd?
That's so funny. I've never heard that before.
It's usually
on
like paper cuts and like
Yeah.
for us it's like I pulled my back out like picking up the kids' toys. But what
Yeah.
do you have going on right now? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. Besides dry, I got very dry hands from washing my hands a lot.
Same.
I got
Yeah.
dryness from having a beard on the chin here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see any problems. Body feels good.
Good.
But yeah, picking up my kid every day, sometimes the back does start hurting for sure. But I'm good.
It kills you. Steve, you got any IR anything going on?
The shoulder is still a little sore from the disc golf.
Yep.
It's like it's like a weird motion.
Yep.
We did it for the first time a couple of weeks ago, Todd, and it was the first time me and Taylor had both gone out. It's a weird kind of thing, running and throwing a frisbee or a disc as hard as you can. And I definitely didn't stretch before, which I should have. Probably should have loosened up a little bit,
Right.
just let them rip for 18 holes.
Mm-hmm.
So still a little sore, man.
Yeah, we actually got from that, and I'll just say, if you go to Disc Golf United, we actually ended up getting sponsored by Disc Golf United, and use the code word shot caller. You can get 10% off, and I'll throw that in there for all you shot callers out there.
There you go.
It's really fun. It's super fun. I don't know if you've ever done it. I know you're a Rutgers guy, and there's one in New Brunswick. There's a disc golf course. I don't know. There's one in Ocean County as well.
The holes are like chain linked.
Yep,
things
they're like baskets.
Yeah,
it's
hard,
cool.
Man.
It's really fun.
I would love to do that.
Well, listen, when all this passes, the three of us will get together. We'll go to, somewhere in the area, and we'll go to Ocean County Park. We'll do a little disc golf.
Perfect.
This is, of course, after the Rangers win the World Series. We'll do that maybe the following spring. There we go.
I like to hear that. That sounds good.
That's what I'm talking about. Todd, so we have a friend, Angelo. We did a Super Bowl. Every year we do a Super Bowl party at the House of Independence in Asbury Park, New Jersey, where we show the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday in the background, and we kind of have guests on and we podcast during the game. We had our friend Angelo on, and he gave Steve, himself, and our friend Kate all Todd Frazier T-shirts during the game. And then he went on this crazy rant about how every person should always find a way to bring out their inner Todd Frazier because you're a champion. You're from where he's from, Tom's River, by the way, just so you know. Like he's very biased. But
Angelo sounds like he's from North Dakota.
I'll put it I'll edit it into the podcast after we talk so you can hear it. But he went off, so he gave us all this stuff. So we wanted to shout out Angelo and let you know that he's a big fan and he's going to be super psyched that you're on the podcast finally.
Angelo, I appreciate you, big dog, man. All love right here, baby.
That's it. See, Angelo, you just got a free cameo. It just happened on the podcast.
Perfect.
So, dude, 2 questions, 2 big ones. Big one for me is what's the pitcher that you dread facing the most? Like number one pitcher, you're like, oh God, I got to go against this guy again. Like, what's the deal?
I would go with 2 guys. Corey Kluber, thank God he's on my team. Or no, 3 guys. Corey Kluber, I might have 2 hits, 2 out of like 30. Max Scherzer, I got my first hit off last year, double. I was feeling good. That was the only reason. I was like in like a real good groove.
Yeah.
That was my first hit, and I'm 0 for like 18 against Aaron Nola. For some reason, I just cannot hit. His ball's got some zip and some rise, and his curveball's nasty.
Yeah.
But I did start a big rally. He hit me with like a curveball with 2 strikes, and I kind of leaned in, and then we hit a base clearing triple or double to go ahead and win the game. So I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the positive.
Exactly.
For sure.
See, he does. He looks for the positive, and that's what we're all about on this show.
No doubt.
Another thing on the show, real quick, that we do, another segment we have is called Cleveland Sports Corner. I found this book at my work. It's called Cleveland Sports Trivia Quiz.
Okay.
Every episode we ask a question of Cleveland sports trivia. It goes up to 1999, so it's anything before 99.
And it's all about Cleveland?
It's all about Cleveland sports. We've asked Steve a question every episode, and we are on question 104, and he has gotten, I believe, 4 right.
I think so.
So I'm throwing it out to both of you guys. Cleveland Sports Corner, question 104. Who won the PGA tournament at Shaker Heights Canterbury Country Club in 1973? Those are the kind of questions that we're asking in Cleveland Sports Corner.
1973? Was it Bob Hope? I have no clue. Was a way back when.
1973. Who won the PGA tournament at Shakers Heights Canterbury Country Club?
There's only,
which I'm assuming is in Cleveland.
Oh man, go ahead.
Steve, you got anything?
I was just gonna say Arnold Palmer.
Okay. All right, Bob Hope or Arnold Palmer, guys. Surprising, Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, that was the other one.
Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus. Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been Cleveland Sports Corner.
But very gettable, that one, but missed it again.
Steve had a question for you about some video games. I know you wanted to ask him if he played.
Video games. So I've been playing the show a lot because that's the only way I could watch baseball this year.
Yeah.
As of now, do you play the show?
I do not, but the Rangers are trying to put together like a tournament together. So I might need to buy. I don't even have PlayStation. My favorite game I was dominant at was Sega Genesis Madden '94 with Walter Payton. I couldn't be stopped.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, they have Madden for PS4 too. You should pick one.
Steve just wants to play you in the show.
It only had 3 buttons, so that's all I need. The other ones are too hard. They're too hard to do.
That's what I've been doing, like classic Super Mario Brothers, Zelda. Like that's it for me. That's as far as I can get on the level.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. What else? So we wanted to know, guys, you're staying sharp, you're staying focused, Todd. You know that eventually the season's going to come. We're going to be playing baseball. Steve and I are huge baseball fans. I actually have, this is embarrassing, and I'm going to embarrass myself, but on my little thing here, look at this guy.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like me. But
it doesn't look anything like you.
No, I've had 5 or 6 of them, and none of them look like me.
This guy has. Not to be creepy about it. This is right next to my bed in my bedroom. This guy has watched me make some of my children. Just not to be weird, but like it's happened. But
and it keeps going more. I want more.
That's it. He's bobbing his head along with the. We'll stop it there. But I just want to say, like you're doing all this stuff. Have you binge watched any TV on this break here?
Yes.
What do you got?
My wife and I have been watching Orange Is the New Black.
Great show.
Great show. We're on in 2 weeks. We're on season 3, episode 9. I think we're cruising. We're cruising.
You fly through it. I've been watching Ozark. A friend of ours from Monmouth County is a huge part in the new season of Ozark, which is cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. So shout out to Tom Pelfrey.
Always some Jersey guy always stepping up, making things look good. I love it.
That's right. And Steve also, you were going to ask something about Jersey, like the local spots. What's your spot?
Perfect.
Yeah, what's your spot for pizza, Todd?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, I'm a big pizza guy. We had pizza from Positano's last night on Route 9 in Toms River. They're giving out their own dough and toppings and sauce, and you make your own pizza. So my son made one, my wife, my daughter.
That's amazing.
We made four little personal pies last night, and it was funny you bring that up. My wife was upset about it because I told her, I said, you got to spread it out as thin as possible. And she wanted hers like thicker, and hers didn't come out so well. So I was
You're like, listen, I know.
Yeah,
I know pizza.
I'll take that every day of the week. So
you can't teach kindergarten, but you can make a pizza.
Steve, what about you? What's your go-to pizza?
I'm with you. Go-to pizza?
I know the easy thing to say is Pete and Elda's because it's like the famous thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But that's thin crust. It's very specific.
You can
and how I like Nona's.
Nona's is very good
pie. Yeah, there's like probably 10 pizzerias.
Yeah,
right 9 in Howell.
Yeah,
you can't really go wrong, man. There's some good ones in Toms River too. Al's, Linda's. There's a bunch of really good ones.
You got the Toms River pizza. Todd, Who I'm just totally changed. This is a non-pizza question. What teammate? We were just trying to go over some questions. What teammate had the biggest impact on you? I mean, I like just the biggest impact.
Oh man, there was.
I mean, I just like picture you standing next to Derek Jeter, and it's just blowing my brain apart, even just the thought of that. But like, I'm not trying to push you towards anyone, but like, I'm just curious.
No. So I would have to say in Cincinnati, my my first team I was with, the biggest impact. I mean, there's all different guys that have impacted me, but teammate wise, I would say Ryan Ludwig. You remember that name? He played with the Cardinals.
Yep.
Me and him were real close. We're still close to this day. He's a guy that, was, he didn't treat me like a young guy. He treated me like a kind of like a veteran, and took me under his wing. Johnny Gomes was a great guy. He was unbelievable. He was a jokester. He was funny. He treats you with respect, but also treats you as the young guys too as well, which I like. Go get my bag, or go give me some, which is fine. And I loved every second of it. But I would go with those two guys, and then as I got with the White Sox, James Shields, big game James, unbelievable, bro. That surfer dude attitude. He's just guys like that. So pretty cool.
I think it's cool how you mentioned like like some of the funnier stuff, because for Steve and I, like we're big Yankees fans, both of us, and like it was a joy to have you on the Yankees. You were great, and you were, I feel like, great for the clubhouse, and you were just like an awesome energy there, especially when the whole thumbs down thing came up. Like that was like a huge kind of funny thing that like became something that we loved, and like you guys were pumped about, and it was just like a whole world, man. Like how did that impact you, like that thumbs down situation?
that was huge. This guy just coming up just pissed off because basically whatchamacallit, the Mets weren't playing in Mets at Citi Field. It was the Yankees versus we were playing Tampa Bay. Hit a 3-run homer, and it became a meme, and Aaron Judge said, you got to do it.
That guy could not have been more perfect to be the guy who gave the thumbs. It was like the perfect guy. Have you like talked to that guy after anything?
I've met him once or twice.
Okay.
But briefly. He's that's great. He's a good dude.
That's cool. It's just fun. It's just like worked out perfectly, and that was like a cool. And then we had like the shirts with like the it was just like it was great. It was like a whole thing. It was cool. A huge question I have. What kind of deal can you get me on a Pine Belt Chevy, Colorado? What are we talking? I told you I'm a Jersey guy. I've seen these commercials.
They're good, man. Hey, Pine Belt and Lakewood, they're really good.
That's it, man.
They give you some good deals. Whatever you need, just I'll make the call first, get you a nice little discount.
Cool, man. Cool. Awesome. I'm like down the street. I don't want to say where I live, but I am literally right off Route 88.
I think I know where you live.
I'm right there. And I think our last thing we wanted to ask you was the grease trucks in Rutgers. What was your favorite? What was your go-to grease truck, man?
Well, they changed the name because it was it's not a nice word, so it's called the Fat Beach now.
Yep.
I think you know what the word was.
Very familiar. Yeah.
I think it had chicken fingers. It had eggs, mozzarella sticks, cheesesteak, and marinara sauce. How you doing? Oh,
this is like what I'm eating now, locked in my house.
You can see it in my face. Like I really want that for dinner tonight.
I don't know if there's
a place in Tom's River called Sub Doctors. One of my another favorite sub place to go to.
Shout out to Sub Doctors.
Shout out to Sub Doctors in Tom's River. They make them. They make them for like $7-8, and it's to die for.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, Todd, dude, we really appreciate you being on, and we couldn't thank you more. We've been wanting to have you on for so long, and we really appreciate it. And we wish you the best, man. We want you to succeed. It was awesome seeing you do the home run derby. Like as like Jersey guys, we were like, oh my God, that's our guy. It was great, man. We appreciate it.
And then we'll have to get one once the virus goes away for reals. And then so I owe you one. All right.
We'll do it in person. You got it. We're gonna hold you to it.
No doubt. I already said you're fine.
Thanks, Todd. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys.
Be good,
man.
Have
a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Now turn up.